So how do you hire A players, and what's the real cost of a B player at a $3 million plus level?
Yeah, so when you really think about scaling your company, right, you need A players in the right roles doing the right thing, right? And now more than ever, right? I think over the next 12 months, more businesses than ever are going to die, I think agents are really taking over so many business models. Most founders I've been speaking with here on walks that I've been on around Venice and Santa Monica are honestly shaking in their boots, right? There's like tectonic plates of entrepreneurship are really changing right now. And I think people need to compete or die. And so when you think about competing, right, it's almost like you're going to war. And you got to make sure that when you look to the left and look to the right of you, you're going to war with people that are strong, are formidable, resourceful, and they take extreme ownership over things and have high agency. Now, there's a famous quote, I believe it's from Steve Jobs. It's like A players hire A players and B players hire C players, right? And the issue is you're scaling beyond 3 million, 5 million, 10 million a year, is if you have a company of B and C players, you've got a bit of a parasite in your company that's just going to kind of divert your company to mediocrity. Suddenly deadlines that should take a day, take a month. Suddenly things that get shipped, in an hour, take a few days, right? You have more and more people saying, I'm not sure if we can actually do that, or, I'm not sure if that's possible. Meanwhile, suddenly, if you just get the right people in the room, right, the impossible becomes possible, right? You have people that are willing to pull, a late night to get something shipped. You have people that are willing to go and take over a whole area of the business versus just a couple tasks, right? And it's the difference between being able to actually realize your vision in months versus, putting a vision out there and having people almost balk at it, saying, doesn't seem possible, doesn't seem quite right, sounds like a lot of work, and these kind of things, right? I think now more than ever, right? I think a lot of founders I'm speaking with are dealing with a ton of pressure, right? Wondering, is their team too large? Are their costs too high? How are they going to compete over the next couple of years? And with all of that pressure, you need to make sure that the people around you, right, are helping kind of share that burden. And so how do you know you have an A player versus a B player, right? A players are folks that are willing to run business units within your company, right? They're willing to take over a whole division. When you think about a B player, it's the kind of person that shies away from that responsibility. An A player views themselves as an entrepreneur, right? Someone that's actually running something in your company and is essentially an entrepreneur building their own $1 million, $3 million, $5 million business within your $10 million plus business. Whereas a B player just sees things as a job. They show up at 9, they leave at 5. In addition to that, a player is really asking themselves, what is best for the enterprise, right? They're not just going and taking a given project, right? And kind of like a B player where they take on a project, they do what they think needs to get done. They don't check in, they don't ask, they don't let you know the outcome they've driven. They just kind of check a box. Well, an A player is going to get that thing done, but actually own the outcome out of it, right? Did it drive growth? Did it drive cash flow? Was it a positive ROI project? And if it was given to them, they're going to make sure that it was a good investment. So these are some of the patterns you can pick up on. When I'm going and hiring A players, I think this big thing here is that similar fish swim together, right? So hitting up other A players, whether friends, peers, mentors, advisors, communities you're in. This is what we help folks with inside of FounderWest, helping them find A player social media managers and writers and, video editors and so on, right? You really want to go and make sure you have the right networks you can tap into. In addition to that, this is what your personal brand is all about, right? If you have an amazing personal brand, you've got this audience of people that resonate with your messaging, your values. They like where you're going. I know some of the best hires I've made on my team, about 90% of the people that we've recruited is literally from my audience, right? People hear what we're up to. They know that we're really trying to transform the way that, founders build businesses, helping founders build, a personal brand moat around what they're doing, using that personal brand to help drive them leads and cash flow and all that good stuff. And, they want to be a part of this because they see it as the future, right? And so I'm able to attract some amazing hires that already resonate with our values. They know where we're going and they want to be a part of this. So they're already a cultural fit before even that first interview. So I think number one, if you're looking to go and you need to start making some real big A player hires, get going and growing your personal brand. I think it's the secret weapon to attracting top talent.